Hey everyone, it's Rita with Everything Homemade, and I am here to share with you 20 ways to save money on your food bill. With the rising prices of food, it's really important that you can save every nickel and dime that you have, and I've got 20 ways to do that. First, I'd like to say that I'm a cookbook author. I'm also the author to the brand new series of Color and Learn Gardening. You can check out my two cookbooks, Everything Stevia and Everything Whole Wheat Sourdough, on our website at everything-homemade.com. There's links to everything there that'll link you to Amazon, and I just want to say thank you so much in advance. It sure helps support our family. So now let's dive into this list. Some will be very obvious and some maybe you never even thought about before. Our family has implemented all 20 things, and let me tell you, it sure does make a difference. So the first way you can save money on your food bill is simply buying on sale. So when something comes on sale, maybe instead of buying one package, you buy two packages, if you can. And also look at discount racks in a grocery store. Not every grocery store will have it, but sometimes they'll have a rack with 50% off bananas or other fruit that's just ripening really quick and they want a quick sale. Buy those. A lot of times they're so sweet and delicious because they've had enough time to ripen, or turn, overripe plums into a wonderful plum salsa or jam or syrup or something like that. So think outside the box when it comes to stuff on sale, especially fruit or vegetables that maybe you could freeze or turn into something else, is definitely the way to go. Number two is buying in bulk. Most grocery store chains and even bulk buy, that's what we have in Canada here. If you go to them and go, hey, I'm looking at these beans or maybe some dried fruit or pasta or whatever else they are selling, ask them if you can purchase a 25-pound or 50-kilo bag. You get usually 10% off. Plus, if you buy in bulk, you will always have stuff at the house, so it eliminates you to constantly go to the grocery store, which saves on fuel and time as well. Things like this are easy to store. We have Rubbermaids. We just pour the food in there. It seals really well and it stores for a long time. So buying in bulk definitely helps. Number three is essentials. When you go to the grocery store, think about what you actually need versus what you want to buy. We go to the grocery store and a lot of times, we see this and that, and you end up picking up, maybe this cereal box and, this little candy bar here, or maybe, this little treat out of the frozen aisle, and you end up with all these little extras, and those extras suddenly raise your grocery bill $100 more. Stick to the essentials. What you can bring home and then turn into many meals. Stick to that and you'll save money. Buy what is in season. Stop buying strawberries or blueberries or other vegetables, especially those fresh items out of season. Buy them in season so they are cheaper. Plus, it's more special too. Like, for example, when we pick our strawberries and when we have too much, we freeze them for later eating, but we only eat fresh strawberries when our patch is producing strawberries. Then we go all year without fresh strawberries, maybe pulling here and there some of the strawberries out of the freezer, but when strawberry season comes, you get excited. You don't get it all the time. And when You know, Saskatoon season comes, you get excited, raspberries, and you know what? You really appreciate it more. So if you can only go to the grocery store, buy what is in season, and you will save money there as well. Number 5 is stop buying convenience products. So I'm talking about if you are buying cheese, don't buy the cheese that's already grated. The price is more expensive. Go home and grate the cheese yourself. Stop buying stuff at Tim Hortons or Starbucks, your coffee, make it at home. Stop buying convenience lunches and suppers and breakfasts where it's just, oh, I can just purchase it over here and eat and go. Everything is more expensive when it comes to convenience. Take the time the night before and make your breakfast ahead of time if you want, you know, like a bagel sandwich or something like that, or wake up an extra 15 minutes early and pack your breakfast if you need to eat on the go. Make that tea, make that coffee. Buying the essentials to make these things is a lot cheaper than going to buy one coffee. One coffee, you can just think about all the things you could buy for the price of that one coffee, and if you add that up every single day, it will blow your mind how much money you can save. Another convenience food are like soups as well. I mean, really, you can make a huge stock pot full of soup, freeze it in used yogurt containers, and then when you want some soup, just take it out, heat it up, and you're done. You can make so much soup for so little compared to what you're getting in the store, and plus you have control over the ingredients, and let me tell you, it usually tastes a lot better. Number 6, don't go grocery shopping hungry. Oh my word. That is like one of the worst things to do. Your belly is growling and here you are at a grocery store and you're like, oh, I gotta have this and I gotta have that. Stop doing that. If you know you're grocery shopping after work, for example, pack something in that you can eat on your way to the grocery store to satisfy you. So you don't want to eat a bag of chips because chips aren't satisfying. You know, pack some boiled eggs or something, or some beef jerky, or a small sandwich, something with substance, something where your belly's gonna be like, hey, that was good, I'm okay now. Go grocery shopping, get home, unpack, make an actual meal, and you will stick to the essentials, get in and out fast, and you won't have spent extra putting things in that you really don't need. Make a meal plan for every week. So sit down for 15-20 minutes and plan out your meals. Go, okay, if I make a chicken on Monday, let's say you make a whole chicken with some rice and some fresh veggies of some kind, or a salad or whatever. Hey, if I make that chicken, I'm going to have that chicken for a couple of meals and make sure we have some rice, get some fresh stuff. You can plan those meals, and therefore when you go grocery shopping, you know exactly what you need to buy and you stick with that, and then you save money because you're only buying what you're gonna eat that week. And that really helps one into what to buy at the grocery store and keeping yourself to a list. And making a list is really important. They kind of go hand in hand because you're planning things out. When you go to that grocery store, stick to the list. I would say unless something's on sale that you didn't realize, you'd be like, whoa, look at that. Hey, that's like $4 off a bag or whatever. Pick that up, but otherwise stick to the list. You really got to discipline yourself in this. To save money, sprout. I did a whole entire series about this and a separate video showing how much money you can save sprouting. So instead of buying lettuce that isn't even that great a lot of times. It's already going in the package. It gets slimy within days in the fridge, especially in winter time. Sprout. You can have so many different kinds of sprouts, so much variety, and it's so easy to do. You can buy $200 of sprouts and you can use those seeds for a couple of years. I mean, we're a family of 8, and I think I spent $300 and something on seeds for sprouting. And we're on year 2, and I am just hitting that halfway mark. So think about, if you're just by yourself, $200, my goodness, you'll have 5 years of salads, of eating salads every day to every second day. For example, you take some kale sprouts and some radish sprouts and maybe some wheat sprouts or bean sprouts. Take that, mix it together in a bowl. Add a little grated cheese, add a little bit of cut carrots, some fresh tomatoes, cucumbers, and then sprinkle it off with a little bit of olive oil and maybe some apple cider vinegar, a little bit of salt. That's just a very basic salad, and delicious. You'll be shocked how delicious that salad is. And your nutrition will be way up because you sprouted that right at your home. It went from wherever you sprouted in your home to your kitchen and then into you. And then, you know what? There's no recalls. Do you know how many times I hear recalls on salad? It is insane. So start sprouting. Keep your kitchen scraps. We are so wasteful as people. I mean, seriously. When you carve up a turkey or a chicken or cut up some roast with a bone in it, keep those bones to make broth later. Freeze them in. When you're cutting up onions and beets, keep the tops, keep the ends, keep the garlic ends that you chop off, keep the celery ends, carrot tops, all that kind of stuff. You can take all those bones, all those ends, put it in a big stock pot, and guess what? Make a delicious bone broth that will be out of this world yummy. And it's so simple. All you do is put it all into a bag, put it in the freezer. Done. On the weekend, put it all into a stock pot, put some water in, and let it simmer all day. You could be cleaning the house, doing whatever. I mean, for crying out loud, you could be working and you can have a delicious stock just to simmer in. When I hear that people don't eat leftovers, I just want to scream, why not? Oh my word. In my house, having leftovers is a lifesaver. So number 10 is eating your leftovers. Literally, you could make an entire meal the next day from leftovers. That means you don't have to buy more food for that day. You can use leftovers and turn them into something else or make the same meal from the night before. You can take leftovers and make a delicious pot of soup. You can make a stir fry. I mean, really, the only limitation is you. And you can take these leftovers and make such great meals. So why not use the leftovers instead of tossing them into the trash? You save so much money. When you need to buy meat or maybe eggs, maybe find a farmer depending on your area. I'm not saying it's always cheaper to buy directly from the farmer, but the quality is definitely way higher and you support the family that you're buying from. So maybe see if buying from a farmer is a better option for you. Definitely something to look into. Number 12, eat what you have in the house. Literally, people buy, and then things get freezer burnt. It's on the shelf collecting dust for how long? They do all this canning and 5 years later, it's still in cold storage. So we need to rethink this. Seriously, you go through all this work, you got to eat it. Stop storing it for a rainy day. You're just literally letting it spoil. Whether it's on the shelf or in the freezer, you can't keep it forever. So rotate your food. So implement at the end of every month, you Eat what's actually in the house instead of going out to buy something. Get into that freezer, pull out the soup you froze a month or two beforehand, gobble it up. Look around at your canned stuff. Take it out, make meals out of it. You'll be surprised how much you'll save just by eating in the limitations of your house, and you can make some pretty cool meals. And it forces you to to clean up the food you have in the house instead of always buying, and sometimes you forget what you even got in your freezer. Really, really important, and it also prevents waste, unnecessary waste as well. If you are working long hours, purchase a slow cooker. Put that roast in with some potatoes, some veggies, and let it slow cook all day long. You come home tired, just want to, go into your pajamas, sit down, eat supper, and you just smell such a beautiful meal. All you have to do, scoop it or take it out, cut it, and eat it. Good quality food, already warm, ready for you. Making a garden is a great idea if you don't spend thousands of dollars buying useless stuff for the garden. Gardening is only as expensive as you make it. Now when I teach gardening 101 classes, I always tell my students that gardening does save money, but if you're buying this trinket and that trinket and the new next thing that somebody advertised for the garden, you're really not saving any money. Your plant's not going to care if it's in a 5-gallon pail or a $60, $70 pot. It's not going to care as long as it has light, good soil, taken care of, moisture. It's going to grow beautifully, whether it's in the expensive pot or just a tossed out 5-gallon pail. For example, that tomato plant isn't going to care. It's going to produce the same. So why spend so much money? If you are particular on what things look like, maybe jazz up that 5-gallon pail in a creative way. Save your money. People throw away pails everywhere. You can get them. I mean, really, gardening, again, is only as expensive as you make it. So initially, when you start gardening, obviously you need to buy your seeds, but after that, save as many seeds as you can. Learn how to do that. It'll save you a lot of money there. And grow what you eat when it comes to gardening. People look at their neighbor and they go, oh, you grow this, or your friend grows this. If you don't like it, don't grow it. Like if you absolutely don't like red beets, don't grow red beets, grow more carrots. Grow what you like because you'll take care of what you grow better because you like what you are growing. Don't copycat other people. Your garden is yours and you will have a lot more success if you grow what you actually will eat. If you are working out of the home, pack your own lunches or supper or whatever you need to eat. Pack it. Use leftovers from the night before supper. Make yourself your own sub or sandwich. Pack hot soup if that's what you like. Make your own salad. Whatever you like to eat, do it yourself and you'll save lots of money. Plus, you won't have to always buy lunches, maybe at a fast food store or whatever is close to you. School lunches as well for your kids. I mean, you can make homemade cookies and muffins and a lot of good, delicious things. You can pack them sandwiches or subs or whatever they want to eat. It is way cheaper to do that than purchasing already made items. And this really tags on to stop buying convenience. For my husband, I always pack him in his lunch the supper we had the night before. It's satisfying and it's easy for me to make just a little more supper to be able to pack him something, and then it's really simple on me for preparation. When I'm packing up supper, I pack up his dish at the same time, put it in the fridge, and it's ready for his lunch. It's ready to go into his lunch kit in the morning. Super simple, really good way to save money. Pick unwanted fruit in your area. Do you know how many people just let the apples drop off their tree? Or their choke cherries, or the raspberries, or the rhubarb go into seed? There is so much food waste. Look around your community. Take a walk. If you can see in somebody's yard that they're growing rhubarb that they maybe won't want to cut down all of it, or maybe they got a lot. What's the harm of knocking on their door and say, hey, I realize you've got a big rhubarb patch. Do you mind if I take a little bit? I have done that before when I was first starting out years ago when I lived in the city before I went off to the homestead. Around our area there was apples dropping. All I did was knock on the door. Hey, can I pick your apple tree? And they'd be like, oh, please go do it. So really there's a lot of food waste. Look around on people who are already growing those trees and see if you can pick their fruit for free. More than likely, they are so happy if you can. Pick wild fruit. So depending on what area you're in, there's so much in the wild. Here in northern Alberta, we got wild raspberries, we have wild Saskatoons, we got choke cherries. Some areas have this ground cover of wild blueberries. We got cranberries. You can go out and pick for free. Yes, it takes time, but you get so much if you just put a little bit of effort and go out into the bush and pick it. When we first moved out here in the homestead, I didn't even know where there was Saskatoons. We kept our eyes open. We kept looking for it, and within a couple of years, we found the patches. We stumbled over a couple through, different kind of nature walks. But we found where we could pick wild Saskatoons close to our place, and cranberries as well. And then we found some more raspberries. So really look what nature just provides around you. Every area will be different because every area has different climate, and you may have, some beautiful blackberries growing wild. Do something with them. Wild grapes and so forth and so on. If you can, raise quail. Think about it. These little birds, most areas don't have restriction on them. So if you want to raise some dual purpose birds that make a lot of sense to raise because you can get eggs and meat off of them, think about quail, for example. Rabbits as well, depends on what you like. I mean, you can raise rabbits in your garage if you want to. Lots of people do it to have their own meat. If you're on an acreage, obviously so we raise ducks and geese and quail and chickens, and we have our beef. But if you are limited, think about, having 10 quail so you can have eggs every single day. And if you can, hatch out a little in 6 to 8 weeks, you've got adults, and you can and you can have them for meat. So there's lots of options. Think what you can do and think outside the box, because there are ways that you can raise some meat for yourself or have birds like quail lay eggs. Just a thought there. And the last one, 20. Stop being lazy. So a lot of things that we purchase, like convenience of food, has everything to do with we don't want to actually prepare our own stuff. So we need to set those phones aside, stop scrolling, and think about all the time that you are going to save by not looking at your phone. Use that time, grade your cheese, prepare the meals, make your own broth, make your own soups, get the sandwich made, do some meal planning. All those things comes down to our society is getting lazy, and we need to get up and stop being so lazy getting glued to screens, which is eating up precious time. So when somebody asks me, how do you do what you do? How do you run Queen Worm Farm? How do you run a full-time cat boarding business? How do you butcher your own food? How do you raise your own birds? How do you have time to milk the cows and make a homemade cheese and butter and all these things? How do you homeschool your children? How do you write cookbooks? How do you write a new gardening series? So forth and so on. And in 24 hours, do you ever sleep? And I absolutely do. But one key thing is obviously time management. But the other thing is I'm not looking at my phone 24/7. We have lost so much ability and drive because we are scrolling. 10 minutes goes by, 15 minutes go by, half an hour, and you didn't even realize that after watching 3 YouTube videos, you just wasted 30 minutes. I'm not saying never look at your phone. I'm not saying you can't enjoy some social media. I'm not saying you can't enjoy YouTube. For crying out loud, I'm on YouTube. What I'm saying is you need to realize that we do so much just scrolling, not even really looking for anything, just eating up time. So hone in where you can actually make more time, put the phone down, get your stuff done, and then when your list is done that you actually need to do, then reward yourself with a little downtime on social media. Just look at it differently, because our society is getting really lazy and big companies are profiting from that. And so that's the last one, is just really look at all areas of your life. You can stick more into your day a lot of times if you just remove the social media and a lot of the wasting time on there, and get the stuff you need to get done first, and then enjoy social media. So just think about that a little bit. So if you implement every single thing on this list, think about how much money you are going to save, how much nutritious food you are going to eat, and you and your entire family will benefit from it. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Remember, check out everything-homemade.com. The books and resources and everything is on the website, and I will see you on the next video.